Hey guys, what's up? I'm Cody the Coin Raptor, and today I'm going to talk to you about Bitcoin and crypto chart TA. But before we get to that, be sure to smash that subscribe button to see my latest content and leave a like if you like this content and would like to see more. This is a very important day for Bitcoin, a very important day indeed, because we've had several events happen in the last couple of days that I want to go ahead and go over here. And we're going to start here just to take a look at our chart TA. And Bitcoin has just now approached and then briefly gone over the realized price, okay? The realized price. And the reason why that is important is because the realized price can be kind of thought of as an average cost basis for the entirety of the Bitcoin market. And if we go back and we take a look at the realized price I'm looking at right now through lookinto we can see that in previous bear markets, like for instance in 2018 and 2019, that when Bitcoin breaks out strongly above the realized price, we actually get the end of the bear market. Now, this is what happened here. If we look at, for instance, 2015, there was kind of a fake out breakout here. But if we actually get a strong breakout above the realized price, then that will essentially be the end of the bear market. At least that's how it's worked previously for Bitcoin. And if we go back here and we look at 2020, we can see a very similar thing kind of happen here, where it stayed below the realized price for a little bit, and then it broke out strongly, and then that's it. And it's basically off to the races for Bitcoin. So this is a very important day. And if you're bullish on Bitcoin, then what you want to see is something like what happened here in 2011, where Bitcoin broke out above that realized price and then did not look back, okay? So if something like this happens, there's a strong possibility that I would say either the bear market lows are confirmed or the bear market for Bitcoin, or I would say the worst is over for Bitcoin. So this is incredibly important. And not only has Bitcoin tried to, so far, it's pushed above this realized price, but it's also broken out above the very significant support level / resistance level of the 200-day moving average. We can see here the 200-day moving average now coming back into effect at months and months and months after it has largely been thrown out of the conversation. Now it's back here, and the 200-day moving average is about 19,550. So what we have here is an incredibly strong move upwards, not driven in particular by any positive news or anything that happened recently, but it seems to be driven entirely by just positive momentum. And what we're seeing here is a lot of FOMO buyers coming in and whales coming in and shorts getting imploded and causing this massive run up here. Probably the largest run up in Bitcoin that we've seen in some time, in just an incredibly short amount of time. I mean, it's probably been, 5 days or so? And it's gone all the way from 16,000, 17,000, all the way up here to about $20,000. That is nothing short of amazing. But the other thing I want to point out here is that Bitcoin is also very, very overbought. All right, so we take a look at the daily RSI. It's right now at just at about 86 or so. So to put that into context, let's go all the way back and see the last time Bitcoin was at an 86 daily RSI. And in order to do that, we have to come all the way back here to about January of 2021, aka the beginning of the last bull market. And what we can see here is that we had kind of a similar situation play out. We had Bitcoin crossing above that 86 RSI. In a very strong green candle, kind of a green candle that sort of reminds me of a green candle that we're currently experiencing. And then the next day, we had another move upwards. But what's important to note about this is very tall wick to the upside. There are a lot of sellers that stepped in here, sold this out, and then the next day we get this kind of hammer-looking candle in which you have a very strong wick to the downside, a very long wick here going all the way down here to, at the time, about 27,700. So it went all the way from about 33,000 all the way down here to about 27,000. And so this was actually a pretty strong red day for Bitcoin, a pretty strong candle. And then after that, it went on to make a higher high. and then it basically came down and then went sideways for a bit. And then the final catalyst was when it broke out of that sideways pattern here, in this case at about 41,000, and then moved higher. And the rest is history. But what I'm expecting for the next couple of days is something very similar to this to happen, in which we see either maybe a move higher in the next day or two, but then we see a pretty large, I would say, call this a capitulation kind of candle, in which the price moves down dramatically in one single day, and then it might even get bought up all the way and pushed higher at that point. All right, so I am seeing a lot of talk on Twitter about people who are definitely feeling the FOMO and FOMO intensity right now. And I personally am not impacted by this FOMO. I am not concerned or worried that we've missed the boat or missed the train or whatever expression you want to use for this. Because as I've just showed you, previously when Bitcoin has gotten to this level of overbought, it's always pulled back. It has always pulled back. Okay, and I'm expecting that we're going to get a sizable pullback in the next couple of days. And people who are interested in buying Bitcoin can add at that position. And I am definitely considering this myself, because the fact that Bitcoin's pushed above the realized price and it's pushed above the 200 MA means that we possibly have a long-term trend change. And we will see at least I would say a bullish phase of the market. Now, this could also just be a bear market rally. That's entirely possible. Largely the macro has not changed for Bitcoin. We are still in an environment in which the Fed is raising rates, and there are a lot of macroeconomic factors. That's another reason why I'm not concerned about missing the boat on this. We saw previously another strong bear market rally in which Bitcoin went all the way up to 25,000 back in August. And this was preceded by yet another leg downward. So I'm not concerned. I am not rushing to buy Bitcoin right now. I am being very patient, and that's the way I see things playing out for the next couple of days. All right, so let's talk about Ethereum as well. So Ethereum has also broken out strongly. If you see here, the 200-day MA, it's also broken out above that level as well. And so just like with Bitcoin, this is looking incredibly bullish, the fact that it's pushed above these levels. And what we need to see from here is a continuation of this breakout. It can pull back a little bit just as long as it comes back up again and pushes back higher than these previous levels. But with Ethereum, this is particularly interesting because Ethereum has had a very hard time maintaining any sort of price action above this 200-day MA. It's always kind of been resistance for Ethereum through the entirety of last year. And even when you go back to, say, like April of 2022, we can see here that it just does not like to move above it. So I expect that if the bear market is not over, that Ethereum is probably going to see some significant resistance above the 200-day MA. And just like with Bitcoin, I am not rushing to get into it right now. I am waiting for a pullback from Ethereum in order to increase my position size. Next, we'll look at Binance Coin. Now, Binance Coin is a little bit different in that Binance Coin has actually had some time above this 200-day MA, just like it is right now. And the previous time this happened was back in October, when it had almost like a week and a half or so above the 200-day MA. And then you also had it come up here late November and spent a significant amount of time above this 200-day MA. So definitely recommend you guys come and check this out and look at this for yourself. But again, with Binance Coin, I am still absolutely not getting into this. I'm not interested in buying at these points. And in fact, for Binance Coin, this move up is actually smaller than the move up we saw back in November that pushed it all the way up here to about 350. All right. So that's all I've got for you guys today. If you like this content, let me know. Like, subscribe, and go ahead and leave a comment. I would greatly appreciate that. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I'll catch you in the next video.